Hi everyone, I just want to share something interesting with you. I found an app that can create a pull request automatically in GitHub. So basically you can just chat with it and it will create a plan and implement the code that you want it to do. So I found CodeRabbit. This is an app that was initially known for doing code reviews, but they added more features like pull requests, which I just mentioned. So now we're gonna make a walkthrough of how this new feature works. So let's try to see how to use CodeRabbit using a fresh repository. So I took out one of my Bolt projects and I went to the repository in GitHub, and let's create a new branch because CodeRabbit works with pull request. So we need to create a new branch for the changes that we can do with it. So let's call this branch feature add newsletter. So let's click the create branch here. So we now have our new branch where we can push our changes. So what I'll do is I'll connect this repository to CodeRabbit. So let's select this repository. It's called Bolt Neo Brutalist Portfolio. So once we've connected our repository to CodeRabbit, we now have it here. So meaning that CodeRabbit is already enabled in your repository. So what I'll do, I'll go back to the repository. Then I'll select this newsletter subscription branch. Then, for example, let's just try to edit the README, just for purposes of, demonstration. So let's just try to edit this. Then I'll commit directly to that branch. So now, since there are changes in that branch, we can now create a pull request from it. So let's create a pull request. So what we'll do is we'll ask CodeRabbit to create a new feature for us, which is the newsletter subscription. Maybe we create a new form. So let's ask CodeRabbit, plan a new form to accept emails for a newsletter. Okay, so we ask CodeRabbit, plan a new form to accept emails for a newsletter subscription feature. Okay, add a new section if necessary. Okay, so let's now comment this. So this is how you trigger CodeRabbit. Just comment on your PR, and behind the scenes, it will run its sandbox and it will review, it will plan the code for you. Then it will give you a summary of what the plan is. Then it could create a pull request as well. So here we go. We now see that CodeRabbit has implemented a plan based on what we tell it to do, which is to create a new form to accept emails for a newsletter subscription feature. If you see here, it even drew a diagram of the plan. So you can see that it has a very comprehensive plan of what it wants to do. Then below here, it explains the implementation of a newsletter subscription feature for the Neo Brutalist Portfolio website. So it analyzed the code. It says, based on the code-based analysis, I'll create a new section that fits perfectly with your existing design language, positioned between the contact and footer sections. So it tells us where it will put the new section, which is the sign up to the newsletter. So now we have, it shows the code that it will implement, which is very in sync of what we have, which is a React application. Then it shows the entire component that it will implement. So if you see here, it generated a form, which is a subscribe now form, and it will add it between the the section that it mentioned earlier. So now CodeRabbit is did some preparation. Then here's the code generation suggestion that it will do. So a summary of the edits CodeRabbit can apply is we will create a newsletter component file, which is good. It's the one that they showed on the top. Then we will import the newsletter component into app.tsx. Then we will render the newsletter component between the contact and footer sections. So it's in sync with what it planned to do. So now, this is the very interesting part. Below the plan for implementation, you can actually ask CodeRabbit to create a pull request with these edits. So this is very powerful because it generated the code, the plan to generate the code. Then you can even make it do it, right? Make the changes to a pull request. So let's try to click this button and see how CodeRabbit will create that pull request. Okay, so after waiting a minute, only 1 minute, we now have the pull request that CodeRabbit created for us. So let's try to see if the pull request that it created has the changes that it planned to do for us. So we go to the commits. Then we see here that it's adding some code to the existing code. So if you see, it created a newsletter component, which is a React component that it defined below. Then that React component has a form that has that subscription form that we needed to add. So it's actually able to generate code, which is, it's just not for reviewing, it's also for generating code. If you have like a bug that CodeRabbit was able to find, you can just click that button and try to fix this bug for me and create a pull request as well. So it's more like it's an, how they call it? It's like an agent behind the scenes, a code review agent behind the scenes, as well as a junior developer like Devin, right? Like what they're trying to show in Devin. But this is more, I like it because I'm a developer and I still have the flexibility of being able to approve the pull request, right? So I can still review it. I'm still the human in the loop, and we're still in control. So it's really very, really good. It increases efficiency for the developer. At the same time, developers are enabled to create better code by the assistance of AI. All right, so that's great. So that's CodeRabbit, and I hope you enjoyed the video. You learned from what I've shown that CodeRabbit is just not a code review tool, but you can ask it to plan and implement a feature in your application as well.